Welcome to the Site 65 podcast. I'm your host, Robert Tomato Peterson, and your only host after last week because everyone got fired. No, I'm kidding. This will be just a chill episode. We have Masasaur with us, the new Lieutenant Commander. Masasaur.
Hello.
We also have Phoenix.
Why, hello there.
We also have Wybert.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all on this lovely Monday afternoon as we sit here and eat our lunches.
I hate lunch.
Well, you know, it's an important meal of the day. Some would say it's the second most important meal of the day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Compared to?
You know, 939 sandwich.
I'm sorry, like two people were talking at once. What?
And what would you say would be the first most important meal of the day?
Dinner.
Dinner. Good choice.
Because that determines how I sleep at night.
Fair.
Yes, if it is spicy, I'm not sleeping very well, but I do love me some spice. Anyways, how have you guys been this past week?
Pretty good.
So, Masasaur, you got promoted to Lieutenant Commander.
Yeah, I think the last time I was on this podcast, I was a captain.
Yeah. So congratulations on that. Very happy for you.
Thank you.
How'd that come about? Like, are you able to share anything about that, or?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just a matter of working hard for the regiment of New 7, and
Okay.
that's about it.
Understandable. See, I always thought you got promotions by kissing ass, but you know, apparently that's not how things work.
Worked for me.
I mean, good for you. It hasn't worked for me yet. I'm still executive. Well, technically legacy executive. I don't know. Maybe I should come back full time. We need more executives. Oh well. They keep letting me on site to host this podcast, so I mean, I'm good. So in lieu of this week, because you all have been on the podcast before, and you know, we've all talked at length before, I brought up I gathered a bunch of news stories from the weekly site pamphlets, and I just wanted to talk through. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 8 stories here.
Let's hear 'em.
Yeah. So this is just from the research department. A pair of researchers have been disciplined for attempting to upgrade SCP-079 to use an RGB keyboard and mouse. To quote the researchers, "Yeah, we know we shouldn't do it, but honestly, it looked kind of cool."
I mean, can you really fault them for that? If they say it looks cool, then it looks cool. I mean, one time when I was still in the olden days, a senior researcher, a certain Class D attempted to upload, and I quote, 2 terabytes of Minecraft, certain pictures to SCP-079. Luckily, E11 got to them before they managed to complete the transfer.
Good thing they did, because 079 doesn't even have that much storage.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking, would that be a way of possibly destructing 079?
No, he would find a way to...
I think it'd want to kill itself after that.
I mean, yes, but he couldn't do that. He is a computer. Also, the way he writes memory is that he can only record up to 26 hours of memory. Not that images equate to time, but, you know, it would take a long time for him to process all those images, as he is an ancient computer in many ways. So eventually, he would hit that 26-hour mark, and it would just start rewriting data from the beginning.
What happens if you just, like, put a zip bomb into, like, 079? Would that work?
He would probably find a way to defuse it. I don't know. Keegan used to do some interesting tests with 079, and he used to like do like video game stuff with him. So maybe I could bring that up one day. But anyways, moving on. SCP-409 has been moved deeper into Site-65 after a chef mistook it for a block of salt and added a little to his chili that was served last Thursday. Site-65 wants to remind those listening that no crystals should be I can't talk. No crystals that grow or appear on site should be consumed ever.
Well, the food that chef is probably gonna make with that, with the 409 will probably either be freezing or quite getting high as fuck. So, because if you say crystal, it's either gonna be freezing cold or it's gonna be meth. So it's either gonna be a good time or a good time. You get what I mean?
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
hell
but
yeah.
409 also kills you.
Alright, but what's more important? Living a shitty life and dying, or living a good life and dying?
You make a good point.
I agree with him, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, that's a very valid point.
I mean, what's the point of living to 120 if you're gonna be living in hell rather than living to 30 and living in heaven?
Don't say that, because I turned 29 in like a week and a half, and like I don't want to think about being almost 30.
Oh yeah, you're old.
Oh my god! Look,
Like
just because
rats.
you all are in your early 20s, and I'm ancient. I've just been here a while. Okay.
Alright, Gramps.
I mean, he's not even old. You're just the oldest person in the podcast. I mean, you have like 80-year-olds in the say.
I mean, yeah, that is true.
That's true. The Foundation's been hiring more child soldiers recently.
Pretty sure I met
Yeah.
a guy that was like 180 once.
Oh, there used to be this certain Class D we had in the UK, in the United Kingdom area. His name was Hugh Grandpa. Does anybody remember him?
Oh, I
Hugh
remember.
No,
Grandpa.
I've not been to the UK.
I
site.
remember we did a test on him with the GOC. It was fun.
Hugh Grandpa was certainly an interesting character. I think he was around 95. He said he got convicted. I think it was he thought that World War II was a quote-unquote battle royale, and he started killing friendlies.
People.
They chucked him in there in the Nuremberg trials, like a German.
Terrible.
Wow.
Speaking of Battle Royale, not that it's related, Counter-Strike 2. The Foundation esports team recently competed in a Counter-Strike 2 tournament against CI. Overall, the CI won 14-7 in 21 matches.
I'll
they won
definitely see
14,
which team they choose. If they chose terrorists, they win every single time. I mean, it's literally their job.
They did choose terrorists, yes.
Probably got some on-field experience.
Yeah.
Oh.
However, they did do case battles. Not today's sponsor, but they did use that skin, like, what's the skin website? It's like skin.club. And apparently they pulled like a couple $100 worth of skins. I don't know anything about skins in CSGO.
They like steal them or like buy them?
I think they like bought them. I don't know. Apparently the Foundation credit card's been popping up recently in different places.
So it is theft. They use our credit cards to buy them.
Yeah.
Is that where all my money's going?
Yeah, who
I think
hasn't
so,
used
man.
the Foundation credit card to buy some silly things?
I bought a pizza party back during my ECM times with the Foundation credit card. Overseers sleepers were not happy. The
I bought some
sleepers.
shoes once.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Yeah, I was at a DSW designer shoe warehouse, and I was looking for my card, and I forgot that I had the company credit card, and I figured the Foundation wouldn't miss $130, so.
Fair enough. Well, technically, I spent more than I think 2 billion account during as an ECM during a certain funny time. Yeah, let's just say accounting paid me a visit. They were not happy.
No, they don't seem like they would be happy.
They were
2
not
billion,
happy
Jesus
about
Christ.
all that money going away. All of that money just disappearing overnight. They don't even know what it's. They
Well,
still don't know.
technically, it weren't even their money. It was my personal bank account.
Oh.
You had $2 billion in a personal account?
Yeah, man. Before I became an ECM, I was an investor.
Oh, okay, that actually makes sense. I was going to say, we do not get paid nearly that much.
Yeah. Before I was an ambassador, like an actual one.
Oh, well, that actually works. Let's see, what else do we got here? Recently, the town of Pinewood has put into place new laws issuing guns to all residents of the town. This is to, quote from the mayor, prevent attacks from those greenies across the lake. I'm guessing they're referring to CI.
That is extremely based.
I mean,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
but like, what type of guns are we talking? Are we talking pistols? Are we talking Uzis? There was no information given.
I'm hoping revolvers. We can make that shit the Wild West.
Revolvers are so cool.
Oh, I fucking
You know,
love revolvers.
what if we just supplied a shit ton of weapons to Pinewood and told them
We do
to
that.
basically
We
make their
also
militia
supply them to
against...
various wars around the world. What's your point?
No, I'm just saying, what if we just give them to Pinewood so they fight CI every time? I think you might appreciate that, considering the stuff going on with Texas. Maybe we could get a Texas V2 kind of thing?
Wait, what's going on in Texas?
Stuff that we're not going to discuss here because it will piss people off. That actually does lead into another news story. The foundation.
Well, I don't know, but I support Texas.
So true, so do I.
Mado, sorry to interrupt, but I have to, get on my seat and go do a new 7 things. So
that's fine. You don't need to tell me. Everybody. Just I appreciate it, but thank you for being here for the beginning. That actually leads into another news story. The Foundation has made a list of banned topics to discuss with SCP-049. Topics include the upcoming presidential election in America, the current war in the Middle East, the current crisis in Texas, and the importation of French cheeses into North America.
Wow. Okay, I can understand the last one, but why not talk about politics with 049?
He has very old-timey views on politics because he is ancient. And most of the time, he just says, well, they should go to the guillotine.
I mean, that's honestly my solution to most things, honestly.
Honestly, yeah.
Whenever somebody tells me something, I'm just like, degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Listen, I too have to fall at New Vegas, but still.
Yeah,
great game. Back in my day in 2022, we just shot him. Simple as.
Yeah, but we have to save bullets now. You never know when CI is going to be breaking down our doors.
Yeah, well, I think I need extra bullets. I was a non-combative, bro. Just get an FXG 17, bap, dead. Or I could just lead him to a certain area. Simple as.
You know, everybody thinks the FX G17 is so good, but see the other gun? Oh, the other gun's so good. You ever held it? Oh, man.
I just use my pistol if I ever get encountered by something.
Yeah, I held it once when I was, let's just say, in a standoff with a certain Psycho Man member. I won that standoff, and then we laughed at them for like 20 minutes straight.
Yeah, the one time that I wielded that pistol, I executed a Delcom. It was so nice.
Did you guys see that a Civ broke into the Foundation a few weeks ago with a Matador?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was just sitting in bunks, and all of a sudden I heard a loud explosion. I ran out, and there was the corpse. There was the corpse of a Civ just kind of chilling there with a Matador. And I guess he got confused and fired it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very scary, not fun. Let's see, what else we got? Global warming, big scary thing. Global warming has caused some of the snow to melt in town of Pinewood, resulting in minor water damage to the upper floors of the Foundation. No word yet if the water has sunk deeper into the Foundation walls.
Alright, so snow melting on Pinewood area, I would say that's probably a positive thing. I'd remember back in the olden days, CI would purposefully wear the snow on them, camouflage in the sniper boys of NU7. God bless them.
Yeah, but think about it like this. Let's say all the snow melts and flora and fauna take over. Wouldn't they have better luck camouflaging themselves as a bush?
Well, I mean, we'll just fucking nuke them. Bomb them. Better bombing.
I mean,
less
but what if we can't see
them?
them? We're more likely to kill a civilian. Oh, hello there.
Oh, it is one of our old commanders, Red.
Hello, Red.
Welcome aboard.
Hello.
Red, thank you for sitting down with us at this podcast table. We were just going through some news stories, but would you like to introduce yourself to the people listening?
How much detail do you want?
Just, your current rank in the Foundation and your name.
Codename is Red. I don't currently actually hold any rank. I've
He's
got a lot
at
of
the same
X
time
ranks.
as me.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We were just discussing some news stories as we get into the latter half of this episode. We were talking about how global warming has caused snow to melt in the town of Pinewood, resulting in water damage to the upper floors of the Foundation. And currently we're investigating whether or not it's damaged the floors, the walls in the lower parts of the Foundation. So, nothing insane. Just some news stories.
I mean, could you send a D-Class down there to check? We already sent D-Class with a 087 with a camera. We'll just let them check there with a camera.
That is true. Speaking of nature, SCP-999 was found to be playing with a chipmunk in his containment cell the other day. No word yet on how the chipmunk was brought into the Foundation, or if it is in fact a CI robot. Phoenix, are you playing a game on your phone? Hand me the phone, young man.
Yeah, no phones.
Young man,
I'm
literally a grandpa. It's Flappy Bird. Fucking have it, I don't care.
That game's from 12 years ago.
And?
It was a fun game, I'll give you that, yeah. I thought it sounded familiar. Finally, another news story. The Foundation would like to remind those listening not to refer to the mask in the hit game Lethal Company as 035 when playing offline. They are, quote, tired of having to go amnesticize randos around the world.
I mean, can you really fault a guy if he mistakes it for 035?
No, I've done that too. But at the same time, we can't be saying that because we're just spreading it to randoms. And then they say, well, what do you mean 035? Is there an actual designation? It's just a comedy mask, isn't it?
Just say it's an inside joke, man. Simple.
Yeah, fair enough. Looks like Red just got up.
I think he's going to the coffee machine.
Fair enough. Well, those are our news stories for the week. What else would you guys like to talk about? Any exciting things coming up with your guys?
Since we're talking about Red, I've got a funny story from my days. Back when I was a young man in NU7, I used to be a part of this thing called Hammerheads. Has anybody heard about it?
The Shark?
Hammerheads, the only regiment left in NU7.
Good to hear. So I was one of the head supervisors of Hammerheads. But during my promotion ceremony, alright, you see, I kinda turned off my brain while Mr. Red, God bless him, was Hammerhead's leader. That day, me and this other NU7 by the name of Soul were getting promoted. But during the promotion ceremony, I had to do something, so I turned off my brain. So while Mr. Red was speaking to me for 20 minutes straight about my duties as a head supervisor, I was just not fucking there. Then I came back 20 minutes later, and boom, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And then he goes off, for God's sake.
Yeah, that sounds like me during any research lecture.
So true.
I don't know. I feel like I'm at a point where I've heard and seen everything from the research department, so unless it's something crazy, then I don't really pay that much attention to it. Not that our directors don't do a good job, they do an extremely good job. But at the same time, I've heard it all before. They're always like, pay attention, make sure your tests are ethical. Why are you shooting that guy? And I'm just like...
Yeah, it's literally 1984. Why are you using 999 as a substitute to peanut butter? Like, goddamn.
Why are they saying I can't get SCPs drunk?
I mean, come on, boys, let's be honest. Ethics is something that's personal to a man, you know? Like, take the trolley fucking question, for example. You guys, there's no real answer to that ethics, is there? You know...
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what the ethics would do. They would save their own asses.
That's true. As an ex-ethics member, I can confirm that.
Yeah.
I recently came across some of my old documents from my ethics days. Lots of cool information there.
Oh, I love going back and reading old documents that I find in like file cabinets and stuff like that. It gives me so much nostalgia.
Yeah, so true. Nostalgia is always great, isn't it? Just that thinking of back in the day with the boys, hanging out, being unethical, I mean, being completely ethical, killing D-Class, killing CI, killing GenSec, I mean, D-Class more, killing certain regiments, you know, it all goes well.
Killing.
Love spending time on this site. But we're about good for this episode, ready to wrap it up. Phoenix, do you have anything you want to say?
Oh yeah, I recently, in my retirement home, as you guys know, I'm currently residing at, I've met Joe Biden here. Apparently he's in the same retirement home as me. Met him. He was at the ice cream corner. Apparently he's been there for the past 2 months. That's why I didn't see him.
If he's been there for the past 2 months, who's been running the country of the United States?
Yeah, it's the robot. You know that robot made by One Entertainment?
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. No wonder it keeps
they
on stage.
They basically they put him in a copy of Joe Biden's body, so they just let American politics run on that.
Didn't we let the alien that's inside Al Gore run the country, I think?
There's an alien inside Al Gore?
Yeah.
What?
What about... I heard that,
I mean, that's why we forced him to lose the election, remember?
I don't think I was around for that.
No, yeah, we rigged the election.
Oh. Huh. Well, stop
fair, we've rigged most elections.
I'll send you a document about it later. Oh, good times.
I'm going to have to read that, because that actually sounds very interesting. Wybert, is there anything you want to say?
You know, some general advice. You know.
Alright.
I agree with that. No, I completely agree with that statement.
If you gotta do a job, 44 Magnum. Hell yeah. And anyway, a word from our sponsor.
We don't have any sponsors. I keep telling you.
We should get a sponsor. We should get one.
Look, I'm trying. Okay.
Cool.
Do you know how hard it is to approach
Raid Shadow Legends?
No, do you know how hard it is to approach like Manscaped or something and be like, hey, we need you to sponsor this podcast. I can't tell you a single thing about it, and you're not allowed to know anything about it. You just have to pay us.
I'll get some random game on Steam if sponsor us. How about Skibbity Backrooms?
Oh my god. Anyways, this has been the Site 65 podcast. Thank you all very much for listening. Remember, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and X. So go out, listen to us, follow us.
What the fuck is X?
Twitter, whatever Musk is calling it these days.
Oh, I need to make a post real quick. Hold on. Ryan Gosling.
I love Twitter.
All right, thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.